Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Lutfi Takiuddin.
And my name is Hafida Ilma Maftuha.
We are from
Group 6.
We will explain to you about the inquiry method
And data processing of inquiry.
Have nice watching.
Inquiry method. This method is also referred to as the questionnaire method or list of questions. The inquiry method takes the form of a series or collection of questions that are arranged systematically in a list of questions, then sent to the respondent to fill out. After being filled out, the inquiry is sent back or returned to the officer or researcher. The general form of an inquiry consists of a preliminary section containing instruction for filling out the inquiry, an identity section containing the respondent's identity, such as name, address, age, occupation, gender, personal status, and so on, and then enters the inquiry. From this form of the content, the inquiry can be divided into several forms, such as
The first is closed direct inquiry. If the inquiry is designed in such a way as to record data about the condition experienced by the respondent himself, then all alternatives that must be answered by the respondent have been stated in the inquiry, meaning that the inquiry is a direct closed inquiry. For example, question about the participation of respondent in village cooperative activities can be formulated as follows. Did you join a meeting of your cooperative members this month? And then the answer can be yes or no.
Second is open direct inquiry. The inquiry of this model is a list of questions that are made with full freedom for respondents to answer about the situation experienced by themselves, without any alternative answer from researchers. For example, try to say briefly, what is your opinion about the student demonstration about the ratification of the RUU KPK? Third is closed indirect inquiry. Inquiry constructions is formulated with the intention to explore or record data about what the respondent knows about certain objects and subjects, and the data is not intended about the respondent himself. In addition, alternative answer has been prepared so that the respondent only has to choose which answer is appropriate to choose. For example, according to your observation as a member of corporation management influential in your corporation has certain characteristics as follows. Answer may be more than one as long as according to your observations. 1. From a rich family. 2. Authority of all management and members. 3. Be honest. 4. Having high discipline, especially work discipline. 5. Classified as having broad relationship with fellow members of the corporation management in the corporation work area and officials at certain banks. 6. Always be wise to every member of corporation that have credit problem.
The fourth is open indirect inquiry. The construction of the inquiry was formulated with the same characteristic as the open direct inquiry and provided the possibility of alternative answers. So, the respondent had to formulate an answer deemed appropriate. For example, mention the most prominent features of the properties possessed by the chairman of the bank so that he can lead the bank better than the previous period.
Inquiry method access. 1. Requires a relatively low cost. 2. Simplify data collection for respondents who are scattered. 3. If there are many samples, more than 100, using this method is very helpful. 4. Although there are many samples, they are carried out simultaneously. 5. Relatively requires little time. 6. Not bound to data collection field officer if carried out using postal service. 7. Data collection field officer are limited to the function of channeling and collecting questionnaires
that have been filled out by respondents.
Inquiry method means 1. Limited to respondents who can read and write, and 2. Inquiry formulation requires high accuracy, so that is able to represent research in data collection. 3. Causing research to depend too much or need collaboration with research objects. And 4. Cannot correct quickly when there is a misunderstanding in translating the question, thus affecting the respondent's answer. 5. Respondents' answers are not objective because they are influenced by people around them. And the last, sometimes the respondent answers abruptly or is lying.
How to make an inquiry? The things are important to consider when we make an inquiry are 1. Using a simple language. It's because we will facing people with. 2. Using a short sentences. It's easier to understood and not spend a lot of time. 3. Don't ask personal questions. 4. Using a question that easily understood by respondent.
Data processing from the result of research in the questionnaire was carried out with the following steps. 1. Establish a questionnaire that has been processed, namely a questionnaire that meets the criteria. 2. Establish alternative qualifying answers to each questionnaire item. 3. Perform questionnaire processing by transferring qualitative questionnaire data to quantitative data based on alternative criteria of questionnaire answers chosen by respondents. And the last, 4th, is establishing benchmarks for the category of percentage calculation result as a guide to the interpretation of data that has been obtained from the percentage calculation.
That's all from us.
And thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.